At the 12th, Hyo Joon Jang.
Very much the same shot from a flat lie. She's putting up there plenty of height, and that should have enough spin. Well done. Really well judged.
Well, yesterday, Davey Weber rolled off. We are back at the par 5 12th. Hyo Joon Jang has this putt for birdie, and Hyo Joon Jang 2 under on her round so far today.
And Davey will be a very interested spectator. It's a very similar line, just a little bit deeper into the green, but just coming gently left all the way. Just as it runs out of pace, it would just start to move left.
Hyo Joon had 24 putts yesterday, so really was finding it, you know, the pace in the line yesterday. And you could see Davey there checking out that line, just like Gary said, you know, doing her homework.
Now Hyo Joon Jang on the tee at 13.
Well, you just got to keep following what Davey's doing. Every single iron shot she hits is basically pin high. You kind of get stuck in neutral, don't you, watching her, and just a couple under par for the day. Trying to sling it in high and trying to cut it in there.
Just 21 years old is Hyo Joon Jang.
I wonder if Rachel and Hyo Joon are looking at Davey thinking, are you playing a different golf course than us? Because
but it sort of gets halfway and then it just starts to go downhill, but it just keeps going downhill. These greens are so perfect. They're tight. They're still, even though they're receptive, they maintain their integrity. So they're very, very smooth still, even late in the day. And they are at a fairly quick pace, 12.5, and they are trending to 13 as the week goes on. So certainly got to be aware of distance control.
it's really impressive how they've been able to keep the greens so perfect after having days over 100, like multiple days over 100 last week. It's been really hot the last couple days here, and just the conditions you would never know.
That's well managed.
Yeah, 21-year-olds tied for 7th at the LPGA. At the 14th, Hyo Joon Jang going over the yardages with her caddy.
Yeah, like 90. Yeah.
Very awkward spot here. Ball just nestled down, and you've got that grove of sequoia trees down this right side. So she has got to come right over the corner of it. Might be one where you kind of just lay it up just short left of the hole of the green and chip it on.
It looks like she was aimed left.
Yeah, that's the good lead. That's the sensible shot from there.
Plenty of green to work with.
Yeah, those sequoias are just absolutely massive. They say trees are 90% air. I don't think they're talking about these type of trees team this year, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. She puts a couple good tournaments together.
Now Hyo Joon Jang, her 3rd at 14.
Oh, lovely angle. Very little slope in the way, so it's one where you get a fair amount of certainty what the first bounce is going to do. Just play this fairly low, I think. Just sort of check it on the first bounce and then release.
Just did not have that release that you were talking about. Checked up instead.
Was that just because of the club choice there?
It looked like it, yes.
Like a high lofted club, almost maybe a 60?
That's a fine. You know, you can choose that club, but you just have to know that you can't, you know, hit X.
Hyo Joon Jang trying to save her par here at 14.
Well, on a day when things are kind of stuck in neutral a little bit, these are one of those putts that if you make, all of a sudden you might have that strong finish.
Yeah, she definitely gave it enough speed and, you know, trying to get those birdie putts to fall. A little too much juice, though. She's 105th on tour in putts per green.
Group has been put on the clock. Ironically enough, this golf course hosted the PGA's Portland Open back from 1961 to 63. In 1962, Jack Nicklaus, in the second round, he was put on the clock, and he went on to win it.
Well, let's see if we can have a Nicklausian performance here. It's funny, isn't it? When you get on the clock, all of a sudden you start hitting the 50 feet and you got to lag it, and then you hit it at 4 feet and you got to mark and go through it all again. She would desperately like to roll this down there, stoned in, and just tap it in. Coming right to left the whole way.
Oh, that was really well judged. Pace.
On the tee at 16 is Hyo Joon Jang.
It was shot. There's a little soft draw in there. Trying to work it in there. A good looking distance control.
All three with birdie putts at the 16th, playing 170 yards today. Second round coverage here at the Portland Classic. Justin Kutcher alongside Amanda Blumenhurst, Jim Gallagher Jr. and Gary Christian at the 16th with the group. Hyo Joon Jang first to putt, and Gary Christian is with this group.
Well, the good news for the group in front has kind of slowed down a little bit, so they are in the fairway on 17. So that kind of, they looked across and, okay, a little out breath, a little bit more relaxed now. So just a little right to left, very little break to this. Fairly flat putt as well.
It's got some pace to it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like a really well struck putt, hit with authority, but she just
that was a little hammer time.
That was, can't stop that. She's got quite a bit of meat left on the
at 11, eagle at 12, and now Hyo Joon Jang at the 16th for par. And Hyo Joon Jang is going to drop another.
And Amanda, you wonder about not having the greatest round today. You maybe lose a little patience and try and force a little something with that first putt. Something you can't do out here. The birdies will come.
I think that's also a product of the scores being just so low that you feel.
Over to 17, second for Hyo Joon Jang.
145, a 3-section green here. Got to get it to pin high. Anything short will come down to the lower half. And now she's on the top part, so that'll be quick down there.
Yeah, even though she was in the rough, she had an absolutely beautiful angle where the bunker, she really didn't have to.
Hyo Joon Jang, second at the 18th.
Just over 110 yards is a very gentle flag. Be nice and aggressive here. That'll be just fine.
Hyo Joon Jang trying to end her day with a birdie. One of those days for Jang.
Yeah, it really could have been quite a bit lower. We saw her, make a little bit of a putting mistake on the last hole, and then an opportunity for birdie.
An even 72 for her today, playing with the leader in Davey Weber. A disappointing day for Hyo Joon Jang.